would you say if I told you that you can eat whatever you want and still lose weight and ward off things like cancer and Alzheimer's? Welcome back to another episode. My name is Tracy Hill, and thank you for watching Beautiful Soul. And in this episode, we're talking about intermittent fasting. So before I get into it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, and get all the latest updates and help spread the message. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, intermittent fasting. So I've been intermittent fasting for about 3 years, and I know you've heard this word. And the reason I'm doing this video is to give you kind of an overview of my viewpoint of it, and why, if you haven't tried it yet, you should at least try it, and just kind of break it down into a very easy understanding way of looking at a different way of eating. Okay, so intermittent fasting is just periods of not eating with periods of eating. And like I said, I've been doing it for about 3 years or more. I started out very slow, and my intermittent fasting is now a 16-hour window of fasting with an 8-hour window of eating. And I don't eat that whole time, but I do eat when I feel hungry in that time frame. So there's different types, but at first I want to just do a brief explanation. When you eat, insulin is produced. If you don't use that insulin, which is sugar, that insulin and that sugar get turned into and stored as fat. Now, most people aren't eating and then going and doing laborious work or running around and burning all those calories off. So if we're constantly eating and constantly producing insulin and constantly not moving, then we have extra fat storage, which nobody really wants. So the easiest way to turn that mechanism off is by allowing yourself to not eat for a period of time, at the very least 8 hours, and giving your body a chance to use up the sugar stores, and then they start turning to the fat stores to use that as energy. And that's the goal. Now, because, back in the tiger days, okay, being chased by a tiger, I use that often. Being chased by a tiger required a lot of energy, and we didn't have as much food. So it was really important to eat as much as we could. But now we're sitting around a lot more, especially if you're watching this video in 2020. This quarantine has us all sitting around a lot more and a lot less movement. So therefore, we don't need as many calories. So another aspect that I really want to talk about briefly is called autophagy. Autophagy is when your body, on at least an 18-hour fast, but more like 24, will have these like Pac-Man cells. And they go around, they're like a vacuum cleaner, and they suck up all the damaging cells. The cells that are damaged and cause damage, that cause Alzheimer's and cancer. They just go and take them and they get them out of your body. They become waste, because if they're floating around in your body or sitting in an organ, it's going to cause a problem. So getting rid of these damaging cells is obviously, you could tell, very beneficial. And the only way to do that is to fast, that I'm aware of. I'm not a doctor, but autophagy can be created very free by just holding off eating. If you choose to do a 24-hour fast, which I'll briefly talk about, you do not have to do it obviously every day or even once a week. You could do it once a month, and that helps still clean up those cells that aren't necessary. Okay, so what types of fasts are there? As I mentioned, I do the 16-8, and I really enjoy it. It flows right into my day, because I'm just not a breakfast person. I'm not an early eater. I like breakfast food, which I'll eat for lunch, but I don't eat early. And for most people, this works because they're usually running out the door, school or work or whatever, and then they eat dinner with their family. So skipping the breakfast is really easy to kind of like slide right into, maybe like try it once a week, and jump into lunch and dinner, and then you're good. And then you don't eat again until around, midday the next day. So super easy. But again, you don't have to do it every day. So that's a 16-8. You could do an 8-hour fast. At the very minimum, that's a fast. It's not the best fast, but it's a start. 12-hour fast. Super easy for beginners, guys. Super easy. Stop eating around 7 or 8 at night and then pick it up again 12 hours later, right? So easy. And you don't have to do the schedule I'm telling you, obviously. You could pick any time frame. If 3 to 3 works for you, or however your schedule is, you might have a rotating schedule or some kind of shift work. You have to do what's best for you. So pick your way. I'm just giving you options so that I really just want you to try it and see how you feel. Because I guarantee after about a month, the headaches and the hangriness will be gone and you'll feel amazing. And that's the whole benefit of it, right? Having energy, feeling amazing, and getting on with your day. So, and it's free. It's totally free. You don't need a doctor or any kind of prescription to do this. So that's the 16, the 12, the 16, 8 I already talked about. And then there's the 24. And 24 would be once a week, once a month. It's something, right? Even if you don't fast at all the rest of the days, just doing a 24-hour fast is incredibly beneficial. And then you can go into the 5 and 2, and that is 5 days of eating with 2 days of fasting. So you could pick alternating days or a 48-hour fast, which is not that hard. They all sound harder than they really are, but I promise you they're not that hard if you go in prepared. You have to go in prepared, okay? Meaning you have to know what you're in for, you have to know what you can consume, what you should consume right after, which I'm going to get into. All right, so you have that. Now, you can start this 1 day a week like I did. Start 1 day a week, pick one of those, try it again the next week or pick a different one, and then start adding more days to it and see how you start to feel. And what happens is that you're going to start to really get in tune with your body and knowing what foods make you tired, make you energetic, make you bloated, etc. And that's what's really key, is you're allowing your body to rest and digest. We're tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system, and that is what decreases heart rate, decreases blood pressure, and most importantly, decreases the stress response on the body. When we're constantly living in stress, any type of stress, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, our body's constantly producing cortisol, and that's what will put extra weight on us, okay? So getting out of the sympathetic and moving into the parasympathetic will help heal your body, and that's through the rest and digest. And that just means that you're not eating, your body gets to rest, use up those calories, get the nutrients where they need to go, and you're going to start to heal from the inside out. So, what can you eat on a fast and the eating period? All right, this is the most controversial part, so I'm going to give you some different options. You do you. You know yourself the best, I promise. So I'm just going to give you the options. You decide which way you want to take it. So for example, my daughter is in 5th grade, and there's a classmate who has to fast. Her and her brother fast, I think once a week, and they do a dry fast. That means no water at all, no water contact inside or outside the body. That means no showering, no washing your hands with water, no washing dishes, no brushing your teeth, because all of that's contact and it gets absorbed in your body. Now, to me, that's too extreme. I'm not doing it for religious purposes, and I want water in my body. But that's an option, right? So that's one side. On the other side, I consume warm lemon water in the morning. I do herbal tea. I do black coffee. I do not do anything really with calories. I also take my supplements, but that's it. So I don't consume any calories. Some people say you can do like non-calorie sweeteners, but to me, that's a chemical reaction in the body, and I don't want that. But again, you do you. If it means, if you want to fast and you need some non-calorie sweetener in your coffee, it's a good place to start for right now. Maybe down the road you can eliminate it, right? So you have all these in-betweens. You can do water with some Himalayan salt so you don't feel like you are losing electrolytes. Anything non-calorie to me is totally fine. Now I know coffee is not exactly non-calorie, but I see it because I do decaf coffee mostly, so I see it as water. But again, totally up to you. You decide, as long as your body gets to heal from the inside out. So what do you eat coming out of the fast? And this is kind of the almost more important part, because a lot of people will just go and eat everything under the sun. One of the best things you could eat or consume is like a bone broth or a chicken broth or a soup. Now you're going to eat a good amount of calories, but the very first thing you put in your mouth should be something that's healing and nutrient dense. So maybe like soup with kale and some more cruciferous vegetables, something that really gives the body some oomph, like, yes, thank you for that. I feel amazing now. And that's what you want to give it. Don't go and eat the fried Twinkie or the big basket of fries just because you haven't eaten in 12 hours. I promise you, you're not going to starve. I promise you. It's mental. The whole thing is mental. The first time I did the 24-hour fast, I was like, I don't think I can do this. It went by so fast because I had my day planned out. I wasn't going to exercise. I had all these little things around the house to do and books to read and naps, and I had it all planned out, and it worked. It was wonderful. And I even had to cook food for my kids. So, it sounds scarier than it is. You're not going to starve, I promise. It's easier than it sounds. Just go and prepare it. Have food for after when it's all over, and you can feel good about what you ate. Keep a lot of water on hand, and go in with an open attitude, knowing that you're healing your body. I hope this helps you guys. I know it's kind of felt like a little all over the place, but just a quick recap of why you should try it. It's not for everybody. Not everything is for everybody. However, majority of people do really, really well on some type of fasting, and I'd really love for you to try it. So if you already fast, let me know what type of fasting you do in the comments below. If you want me to get deeper into this topic about the 24-hour fasting or longer fasting or the foods, let me know below. I just wanted this to be a general topic. And I thank you so much for watching. Again, please like and subscribe. And you are beautiful, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.